Oh, I guess I'm recording. All right, guys. I guess we could say this is season 2 of the TC Vape reviews. And we're going to go ahead and start off with some new box mods that are out, since the technology has finally caught up with all of us drippers out there. And me, being a guy that likes to drip over tank systems, there's been some new things that came out as well that is kind of bringing us into that forefront of a tank that's a drip, you know, like the Atlantis. We've got one of those here. We're just going to kind of touch base more on the box mod, let you see the Atlantis, and then here in the next week or two I'm actually going to do a how-to rebuild on the Atlantis as well. So anyways, let's start with the Ipv2. This is the very basic model that they have. It has a USB port on the bottom. Display is right here. And, you know, it's a 50-watt box mod. It will do down to, I think, about 0.3 ohms, and it'll crank it at 50 watts. This is the Atlantis. Which is surprisingly a really good vape. Now, it's 50 watts. I'm running a 0.6 ohm coil. This is their manufacturer coil. I went ahead and took out the rebuilt one I did. That way you can see how it produces. But the main thing on this, hi Lucy, pardon my boxer here. The main thing on this is one of their first versions that they came out with. It still will activate with the button on top, which is a touch sense button. And I've read some reports saying that the juice can actually activate that, and one way for us to quickly see if that's true or not is I'm going to make a mess and put some juice there. Now the juice is sitting directly on this and it's not firing, so I don't know if that was just a flaw on some of the other ones, but it's not doing anything here. It's not continuing to hold it down. So if you've been scared of getting the Ipv2 because of that, I would say that your concerns are no longer valid. Look at this nasty rag. Because it's not doing it on mine. I don't think that that's really an issue. Now, that being said, I have found that occasionally I'll pick it up and I'll be holding it and not realize that I'm hitting the button like that. Which, now that could cause a problem. There's no physical way of turning that touch sense button off. That's really neither here or there. I really like this mod. One of the things that's really nice about this is that you can sub-ohm on it, and you can use a charger, so while it's charging you can actually vape on this particular model. So if you're out on the road a lot, like if you're a trucker or a locksmith, something like that, and batteries are an issue and you're tired of carrying multiple batteries around, this could be the answer to the problem, which is just plugging in with the USB right here and keep vaping all day long. So I do like that. I'm not a big fan of the little Allen screws, but luckily enough it does come with replacement screws that are Phillips. And to get to the battery you would just unscrew these 2 screws, and this will be the same on the other mod that I'm going to show you tonight. Wow, talk about solid grip on that screw. And unscrew this. So you take the back off like that, and then you've got your battery. And I'm using, now just because it is a digital box mod, it's still real important to use at least a 30 amp battery. That's what Pioneer for You, who is the manufacturer, is suggesting. So if you are using these box mods, you still need to have a 30 amp rated battery. Now if you're not sure if you have a 30 amp rated battery, then it's up to you to go online and do some research. The information is there. I have a battery safety video that you can refer to. There's been plenty of you guys watching it, so refer back to that if you're not sure, you know, what you got. Other than that, this is really a basic, simple system. The screen has, and you probably can't see it, but here we go. Let's get that up in the view. The screen right here has your wattage, your voltage, and your ohms. Now, the ohm reading on this only shows you the tenth. So you could have a 0.56, a 0.58, a 0.59, and it's only going to show 0.5. So is that a deal buster? No. I mean, seriously, you're still getting 50 watts. So if you vape around 30 to 50 watts or even lower, this is a good box mod. It's solid. I'm rough on my stuff. I will say the finish does come off easy as far as scratches and stuff, shows up real easy. So I would probably go with the silver one. I think that one probably hold up better, but I like this. All right, so that leads us to the next box mod, which luckily I have really good friends who got this one for me. Thank you, buddy. This is sold as a 150 watt box mod. It has an SXI chip in it, and it is upgradable. Now this one I went ahead and upgraded to see how hard it is. I like to think I'm a kind of computer savvy guy. It took me about 45 minutes to really figure out how to get it to upgrade, and there will be another video on how to do that part, because honestly it'll make this video way too long. It's already too long now, probably. I don't know, we're only 6 minutes in, so it's not too bad. Right now I'm running a quad coil 0.17 ohm quad coil, and it's running 104 watts right now, and of course I can crank it up. This is 104 watts, and then I can juice this bad boy. I mean, it's really scary what you can do with this thing. But since I did the upgrade, I now can hit 165 watts. Now I've been told once you hit that, that actually is about 160 watts. So anyways, that is just redonkulous completely, and it's almost dry already. Let me put some more of this borscht on it. This is a nice Greek yogurt with raspberry from Steam Studio. It's turned into one of my favorites. It's a nice treat that I get for myself from time to time. And for those of you out there, I actually paid for it, so you don't have to think, oh, he's just saying that because he got it for free. No, I paid for it. All right, I'm definitely not going to hit it at 165 watts. Did that once, and it's not for me. But I will show you that it does hit. I'm going to put it back at 4.2 volts, which is around 100 watts. I mean, what can I say? I mean, obviously it's 100 watts of power, so there's going to be a ton of vape production. And you can take huge hits off of this and just really... You can really, I mean, if you're looking for huge clouds, this guy can do it. Now, when you first get it, there's some of you already out there that may have some older versions. If you notice right here, there's a little silver plug next to the little light that would come on for charging. Pay attention right here. If you have one of the older versions and that plug's not in there and you're charging your batteries in here, Pioneer For You has posted that it's not recommended to charge the batteries inside here. The reason being is they're not charging evenly, which can cause them to not, well, dual battery 18650, it's very crucial that they're charged together and used together. So if they're not fully charged when you put them in there, one of the batteries is going to actually be putting out more and being subjected to more amperage. Battery safety. What can happen if you're overdrawing current on a battery? Well, it can begin to vent. It can cause you problems. Not only that, the charging process can actually mess up the onboard chip. And I don't know about you, but pretty sure I don't want to have to buy another one. I love you too, buddy. Kids. Anyways, so when you first get it, pay attention. If it doesn't have that, I mean, it's not a big deal if it doesn't have the onboard charging. Because honestly, 2 batteries, if you're basically vaping what a normal mech mod would give you, the batteries last forever. I had this on today and I went all day long, never had an issue. Came home to 2 freshly charged batteries, went ahead and took out the old ones, put in the new ones, and I'm still rocking it. I've not had an issue yet. The finish on this one is actually better than Ipv2, so I guess they did a little upgrade on that. You will notice that there's still the touch sense, but they have since removed that feature. Now, aesthetically, it's not an issue for me. Some people it might be. It's just a feature that was never turned on. Now, it has been reported that the chipset is there for it to work. In the same token, Pioneer For You has said that it's not even connected. So I don't feel that you're going to have to worry about any upgrades turning it on. Now, there's a rumor that this is going to be turned by upgrading the software. You can turn this into a 200 watt mod and the touch sense is going to turn on, and the USB is going to do tricks, and the unicorn's going to run the room and kiss you in the face. So if you believe in unicorns and you believe in that, I mean, then I guess you could buy it on some mystery. But I'm not going to spend anywhere from $150 to $200 on I hope they upgrade it. So if you're looking for a 200 watt box mod, I wouldn't buy this on some happen chance it's going to happen. Now, if you believe in unicorns and fairies and, you know, you live in that world, then, you know, have at it. It's up to you. It's all in your hands, buddy. I'm using a Doge, D-O-G-E, made by somebody, I don't know. I'm not doing a review on it. And it's hitting very nicely. It's a warm vape. I mean, it's a box mod. It's putting out a lot of wattage. It's got really nice indented buttons, and I just think the machining around these is done really well. The machining of the box is flawless. It's really good. There is a small seam where it connects to the cover to the actual box. There's nice glass work here with, you know, some stars and stuff around it. I've heard some people call it a hologram. Hologram to me is like you turn it halfway and it makes an image and turn it back. So I don't know if people really understand what a hologram is. It's got a little etching down here at the bottom. That's the symbol for Pioneer For You. And that's it. It's a nice clean black box with a silver trim. It looks good. The 2 buttons on the bottom, if you watch here, you have up and down. So the left button is turning you up, the right button turns you down. And then once you go ahead and vape, get out. Then you can just hit the up button and actually go to memory presets. Now, when I first got this, I was having issues with this memory presets. There's M1 through M5, that's the different settings. If you go, oh, well, I'm going to have M5 be less than 150 watts, you have to hit the down button to begin the process to go up and down. So I would go up to, you know, 150, whatever. So 150 watts on a 0.17 coil is 5.19 volts. And it's just, yeah, absolutely ridiculous. So once again, this does come with a little Allen screw and some Allen screws, an Allen tool, Allen screws to hold the cover on. This fits real nice. I know a lot of people are worried about it stripping. It does come with Phillip head screws, so you can use a regular screwdriver for that. I've been told that there's a replacement set that you can use to turn this two connecting points into actually rare earth magnets. I haven't done any research on that to find out yet or not. We'll go ahead and pop the cover so you can see the inside. So you take off that screw, and then you take off this screw, and set that there. And then on the inside here, you notice it's a nice clean finish. It's got a little tab here, ribbon that you can pop off the batteries. And it's got the hologram is actually on the inside for the Pioneer For You. That's how you can know if it's an actual real true blue deal. And there's a nice serial number right at the top. So this is the LO685. I'm assuming that is the serial number. I'm sure there's plenty of y'all that could correct me if I'm wrong. So that would be the process you would have to take. So personally, I mean, it would be nice if it came with magnetics already, because, you know, for easier access to change the batteries, since you do have to change the batteries instead of onboard charging. But honestly, the amount of time that these batteries will last under normal vaping situation, I don't find that to be a problem for me. Both box mods do have venting on the bottom, which I feel very strongly about venting. I think it's important anytime you have something that's sealed with a gaseous chemical that could be released. It's important that it can vent and not hurt you. Man, so other than that, guys, I miss doing these videos. I'm glad that it's that time of the year again where I can do them for you again. I will be having more videos coming out soon. So this will be season 2. That's going to be dry. Let's not do dry hits tonight. A little bit more juice. This is the thing that I really liked about the Atlantis is you didn't have to do this all the time. But you don't get the big monster clouds, but you do get a satisfying hit. It's good stuff. So I give both of those a thumbs up. Whichever one fits your needs, can't go wrong. All right, thanks guys. Catch you next time, and until then, vape on, vape heads.